Hi guys, good morning all of you. Today we will discuss one of the important standards on audit, SC 240, auditor's responsibility with respect to fraud and error. My first question, let me start with the concept of fraud. What is fraud? Why I am committing a fraud? To get an unlawful financial economic benefit on the cost of others. If frauds has happened, one particular person will gain economic benefit or a group of people too, but other people will suffer. Various users, we know various people who are depending on financial statements, they are taking decisions on that. It will be get affected. So this is very important aspects for auditing. Number two, why people committing fraud? Fraud risk factors. An organization which is sales dominated, one example I will give you, automobile industry like car. Based on sales, they will get incentives. If any manipulations has happened in sales, artificially inflated, actual sales has not affected. To gain that incentive, people will manipulate sales records. Thereby, they will get extra money. Another example, insurance companies which set target for their sales executives monthly this much business they have to bring. What will happen if that target has not been achieved? Automatically the job fired out from the job. To save that job, they are forced to do frauds. Otherwise, they can't survive. Especially in the scenario of COVID, we know once lost the job, it is very hard to get another job. Now, let us move ahead. One more point. Boss, whose responsibility, primary responsibility for prevention of fraud? Root cause, whose duty it is? Obviously, that responsibility casts on management. Management should care their employees, pay them adequately, giving more work and not adequately rewarded. Automatically, those employees will be demotivated if they got any single chances to commit the fraud. Obviously they will commit the fraud. So it is their duty to motivate the employees, create an environment of ethical behaviors. All these are wrong. Number two, they should devise, implement good control mechanism to prevent fraud. Sometimes these management peoples also involved with fraud. Employees also involved with fraud. Anyway, the primary responsibilities for prevention of fraud lies with the management of the organization. You should clearly understand that. Then what is auditor's responsibility is the next points we are going to discuss. Auditor's responsibility is to devise, implement the audit procedure, a testing procedure to detect fraud. Committing, that means conducting an audit, does not guarantee that all fraud will be detected, come to unearth, come to the light. No. Auditing has its own limitations. So it's very hard. It's very hard. Sometime after conducting audit also, fraud will be hidden in the financial statement. Auditor is giving his report. It's good, right. Many people will act upon those financial statements. Later, several years after these frauds comes to light, what will happen? It will sabotage the investors. So this is very much important. Number two, if management peoples are involved with respect to fraud, they will clearly hide it. It's very hard for find out the auditors. What auditor has to do? Step number one, first step, he should have an attitude inside. Skepticism, professionally, skepticism, questioning mind when suspicious situations arise. He should question himself why this is happens. He will get an answers. He has to discuss with management, owners, stakeholders. They know their business very well. They will guide us which areas has to pay more attention based on their past experience. They may be aware of frauds which has affected, hindered the organization. Internal audit as a part of internal controls. We discussed before to strengthen control. Ask, inquire with them. We'll get a clues. Internal audit functions. Understand related parties. These are very much dangerous areas. Two related parties, one inside the organization, another person outside the organization. Two people collude together will have high risk of fraud. We should be very careful. Has to identify unusual transactions, unusual relationship transactions has been happened. Give a clear attention on those segments. Another area is the accounting estimates. These are the estimates which are prepared based on best judgment. Here also can done anything. Then understand the high risky areas where auditor has to perform 100% audit procedure test, otherwise will burn the hands. So these are our basic discussions about SA 240. Thank you for watching the video and have a nice day ahead.